you see. But it is not always that the water is going to reach to the 100 degree, because it always invents something which again brings and puts some more water so that it remains little more cool. So this is the nature of mind, or the game of mind, or the mind's play, mind's trick, that it does not allow you to reach to that point. All the techniques of yoga, all the techniques suggested by Gurdjieff, if you look in that way, is nothing but making this mind such a way, such a strong agitation inside, that it has to turn into some explosion and turn into a different form. But then it again, the possibility is the vapor is more stronger than the water. So when some explosion happens, the yogis are having more strong ego than the ordinary people. You see, the vapor is having more burning than the water. It is more hot. So the anger of the yogis, if you see, is more burning. It's hot. So this is also a side effect of that. They have reached to a certain point where they have transformed themselves. There are people who those who have taken the Siddha Marg, they go through this experience of explosion. And they describe this experience of explosion, where they have transformed into something, where their ego and the mind has exploded. But when they take the explosion, the new mind, the new ego which is born is more stronger than the before. You see. But they go with certain power that they don't realize that they have lost their whole journey, where they wanted to go back to that silence and coolness. They are not cool, they are not silent. Look at to any yogi, look at to any person who is claiming something, they are not relaxed. They are not relaxed. So this is how these two paths are, you see. So you have to ask yourself, what are you searching? What do you want? Are you searching peace, or are you searching power? You want to be a wrestler, or you want to be a healthy person? The yogis have taken this path of to become wrestlers, you see, to have more powers to their mind, to their senses, siddhis, you know, and they can prove themselves more superior. And then it is very natural with the mind to get attracted with these yogis, because you also want to prove yourself better, superior to the other. So you go to these people, how did you do it? Can you help me? Because I want to. 99% of the people in the spiritual path are following the path of Siddhas without understanding. And the inner demand, the inner search, the inner thirst is for the peace, for that silence. And the journey that we take is for the power. Then you go into an unconscious path where you want to become more powerful. At certain point, you are the powerful person. But then what? So when you really want to be peaceful, understand the secret of what is the cause of my disturbance. What is the cause of my disturbance? If you really want to reach to that state of happiness, understand what is the cause of my unhappiness. Understand that. In that understanding, like a water starts understanding that what is the cause of the disturbance, then the water will understand that the cause of disturbance is the wind. What is the cause of that heat? The cause of the heat is the sun. Do I have the control over it? Then you go deep into the question. If I understand that I have no control over the wind, I have no control over the sun, I have no control over the situations of life which is creating the disturbance, which is natural disturbance, this understanding will lead you to accept it. So momentarily water will understand that there is a wind, I have to accept the wind. let it be there. When the wind is gone, I am going to come back to my silent state. When the sun is gone, I will come back to the coolness state. Acceptance with the understanding that I have no control over it. I cannot possess it. This understanding leads you towards acceptance state, and that acceptance states will keep you into the relaxation. So with all the disturbances, with all the heat around, the water will remain into the natural state which is undisturbed. So that is the path of the Buddha. The path of understanding leads you towards the path of Buddha, towards peace. The path of misunderstanding or ignorance will lead you towards the path of a Siddha. So there are two paths, but both can reach to the same. But this is a very tedious and long path. Normally mind prefers to go to that path because it creates a challenge. The mind gets something to do. Here there is nothing to do. In the path of Buddha, there is nothing to do. So then the mind has no job, jobless. And as we are all living with the mind, everybody prefers to go with the mind, with the path of Siddha, where we can do something challenging. If somebody is asking me to sit for 3 hours, I will do it. 4 hours, I will do it. It's a challenge. In the Buddhist monasteries, the monks sit for 18 hours in meditation. 18 hours. It's a challenge. So it is not that they are not getting tired, but the mind is so strong. They make mind so strong because the body by its own nature wants to lie down. But then the mind says, no, sit down. So this one focus effort, because they sit with a goal that I want to get to the enlightenment. I want to get to that Buddha state. So if I sit here for 18 hours, then I will get to the Buddha state. Then I will go to the beyond mind state. Then I have to sit here. So the focus is on the goal. All the time the mind is focusing to the goal that I want to reach there. I want to achieve that. And for that, it goes against the nature of the body, against the nature of the life itself. So this is a friction, and that friction creates a subtle energy, and that subtle energy gives this strength to the mind, and then the mind forces the body to cooperate with it and sits there. You understand what I'm saying? But it generates powers. So then power is there. So some siddhis can be achieved by these meditations. Like Jain sadhus, they are absolutely going against the nature of body. If body wants food, they will go on fasting. If body wants to sleep, they will go on remaining awake throughout night. Anything that body has a natural demand, just control it, stop it. Sanyam. The sadhana of Sanyam is nothing but the sadhana to control. Control what? To that what is natural, you want to control it. That means you want to do it the way you want. There is a subtle friction. There is subtle friction, and that subtle friction generates the frictional energy, which is indirectly giving strength to the mind, and the mind controls the body. And the more the mind is stronger, it can control body. And then by because of the subtle energy, they get little more and more stronger. The mind becomes more stronger, and the mind has strong powers, and that powers they use for proving themselves superior. There are a lot of siddhis they have.